What's going on? Oh, come on. What's going on, everybody? It's my birthday. The streaming on my birthday. There we go. Birthday today. What's going on, everybody? It's birthday stream, so we're going to be doing some theorizing. I realized something. I realized I was wrong about some stuff, as tends to be the case sometimes. Got punched. Stuff. What is up, Alison? Oh, hello, hello, hello. It is birthday stream. Birthday stream. Box, how we doing on the birthdays? I am I am a 33-year-old man. Whew. Did you cough real quick? I did realize I have been wrong about a couple of things. So, holy moly, I caught it when it started. I'm amazed at myself. I appreciate that. Yo, just follow Joe anyway. Like this. That's not how that works at all. Charisma. That's absolutely 100% how that works. And if that means that you're gonna leave, then that's fine. But that's not how that works. You don't get to follow a channel and say, hey, go like this video because I followed you. That I don't care. Talking to the wrong dude. Hello, happy birthday! Thank you, Beanie. Appreciate that, man. Yeah. Your view, your follow is not important enough to me that I'm going to sell out and go like something just because you tell me to. Like, if you follow me, it's because you want to watch me, not because you give you something. The only thing I'm gonna give you is entertainment. You gonna sit your ass right there and you gonna be entertained, or you gonna get the fuck out. Um, yeah, definitely not how that works, my dude. Anyways, for the rest of you guys that are here to be here, be awesome because you're awesome. I was wrong about something, which I can admit. Took some old images of unwithered Bonnie. Yeah, 23, right? 33. I'm 33. 23. I am not that young, unfortunately. I wish. It's been a long time. It's been 10 years. It's been 10 years since I'm 23. Nah, you're good. You're good. Anyways, I realized I got something wrong here, guys. And what I got wrong is the location. This is the FNAF 1 location. This is the FNAF 1 location. Because I was going back through and I was listening to some of the old theories and stuff. Some of the old information. And something that was pointed out to us, to me, by listening to one of them, is in one of the old game theories. No, it's not. It's FNAF 1 location. And this is how we know. FNAF 3 phone guy. Get this unmuted. No, not full volume. That's gonna fuck us up.
Very old school metal, though.
Yeah.
Hello. Welcome to your new career as a performer slash entertainer for Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. These tapes will provide you with much needed information on how to handle slash climb into slash climb out of mascot costumes. Right now we have two specially designed suits that double as both animatronic and suit.
I listened to that today in one of the old FNAF 4 game theory videos, and they're right. This is the FNAF 1 location in this. But that's good, actually. That's good, because it actually fixed an inconsistency with my Sammy theory. Right? It fixed an inconsistency with this. And that inconsistency was... pull it up. Hold on. Oh, here we go. 26 tabs. Yeah. There it is. I want that right there. This right here. 5 children are now linked to the incident at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. And Phone Dude dropped some of the biggest lore on this franchise, for real. Yeah, FNAF 3 is really just a lore bucket. It wasn't a jump scare bucket, it was a lore bucket. But yeah, 5 children are now linked to the incident at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, where a man dressed as a cartoon mascot lured them into a back room. Sammy is victim number 1 in that situation, and then it goes Susie, Fritz, Jeremy, and Gabriel. Because those are the 5. Sammy goes missing, and they assume that him going missing is him being lured to the back also. They just assume that he was also lured to the back, because they never see... Because if you read the news articles, 2 local children were reportedly lured into a back room during the late hours of operation at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza on the night of June 26. Video surveillance identified the man responsible and led to his capture the following morning. Then it says 5 children are now linked to the incident. Right? So at this point, they only have the 2. But then when checking on stuff going on, thank you, Eclipse, appreciate that. But checking on things, they realize that 5 children have gone missing in the pizzeria. So all of FNAF 4 is FNAF 1 location the first time it's open. Right? So it's open and then it closes after a while. You know, it's open, uphill battle ever since convincing families to return. Yeah, has been fighting an uphill battle ever since to convince families to return to the pizzeria. So they were found. Boom, everybody. 5 children are now linked to the incident in the back room. When the suspect has been charged, the bodies themselves were never found. So they've been trying to convince families to come back. Families started coming back, but they weren't doing very good. And then for many years, after the tragedy that took place there many years ago. So I think what it is they were open for a bit. All right, all 7 murders happen. After all 7 murders happen, they close down for a bit. They go to location number 2. That doesn't work out, so they come back to location 1. When they come back to location 1, we start getting these. So I think these 2 right here are from 83. And these 2 are from like 89, 90-ish area period. I think these are separated into two different pairings. Is what I think goes on with it. What I think. But I could be wrong. Yeah, but that's so. But yeah, so this. But these right here. This right here. Really ties it in, because look at the wording that it says. Welcome to your new career as a performer entertainer for Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, and then he moves into, right now we have 2 specially designed suits that double as both animatronics and suits. So please pay close attention while learning how to operate these suits, as accident, injuries, death, irreparable, and grotesque maiming can occur. Oh, those are coughs. I have very wet coughs. Ever since I had COVID like 3 different times, I always have a wet cough. But yeah. So yeah, this phone right here. Well, still, thank you. Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Yeah, this phone conversation right here clarifies that FNAF 2 or FNAF 4 takes place at the FNAF 1 location the first time it's open. So if that's the case, we still have yet to actually be in Fredbear's Family Diner. That means the incidents of Sammy going missing, Cassidy being chomped, the other 4 kids dying, and Charlie being killed all happen with this one building, which actually helps my timeline better. It really does help my timeline better, in all honesty, because we know this happens in 83, and we know that they open up their first like joint restaurant in 83. So if all of this is happening at the first FNAF, first Freddy Fazbear restaurant, that actually helps us a lot. It's a Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Ooh, and that would explain even more so why William is so mad. If this is confirmed, because we know that FNAF's story changed when a new game comes out. Yeah, but so so it doesn't change. He doesn't retcon anything, though. Is the thing. He's made one retcon one time, is what he claims. All right, and I think the one retcon that he's ever made is the gender of Charlie, of Charlie's character. I think that's the one retcon that he admits to purposely doing. But FNAF 4 coming out, he doesn't say that new games change what the old game said. He said the new games help clarify information from the previous games. So he's established that the Freddy Fazbear Pizza will have the Golden Bonnie, Golden Freddy animatronic suits, and only those suits at the time. And the way that he says that line, right now, we have 2 specially designed suits that double as both animatronics and suits. So please pay close attention while learning how to operate these suits, blah, 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 blah. But if we listen to more of this, we listen to these, we can see exactly when the bite happens. So watch this.
Pay close attention while learning how to operate these suits, as accidents, /injuries, /death, /irreparable.
He made one retcon that no one caught because how small it was, didn't he? No, he said that he made one retcon, but he's not going to tell us where it is. But we should be able to figure it out. And I think the figure it out is he changed the gender of Charlie. I think that's it. I think it was very clear that the retcon is that he because if you look, Crying Child, or Cassidy as I call him, and Charlie in the FNAF 2 minigame where she dies, they have very similar aesthetics. FNAF 2 mini game Save Him. The Save Him mini game. Where's that? There it is. The Save Him. This is the Save Him mini game. Take cake to the children. This is Charlie being murdered outside. This is the retcon. Because in this game, when this game plays, let's see if I can find the video of it. This one, yeah. Yeah. You listen to this one. A B E H I M A D E H I M S A. Yeah. Used to debate the puppet's gender because of it. Yeah. So the whole thing is Save Him. This is William Afton killing Charlie outside of this place. Dead. and then boom. So so it used to be, yeah. So it used to be, that Charlie was a boy being killed and then becoming the puppet, and that's why the puppet's referred to as a male too. Um, but I think that's the retcon. The retcon is that he changed Charlie's gender to female to fit the books. Dead. Yeah. But yeah, I think that's what it is. I think he made that mini game, but then he wrote the books, and in the books he realized, oh, that would be way better if Charlie in the games, the game version of Charlie was the puppet, because I think maybe he originally intended on crying child, Mr. Head got chomped, to become the puppet, but then realized that that doesn't work very well. So I think that's what it is. I think he changed it to where it was now Charlie being the one. So that's the thing, is all 7 deaths happen in this one building. But that does help, because this always bugged me a little bit, because I was like, if this happens at Fredbear Family Diner, but they have 5 missing children in this missing children event at this one location. Guess who's back? What up, MCI? Then it would be like it would feel like they were just like, oh well, that kid went missing at the other pizzeria, but they're probably all connected, so we're just gonna lump them in together, which wouldn't make as much sense as if all 5 happened at the same place. So that's what I think this is, or I think this makes sense that this is actually the FNAF 1 location, and I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that being the case. Obviously, it's gonna be hard in a 2D, like in a 2D situation like this, to fully flesh out the FNAF 1 location like it does. FNAF 3 mini games. So like the FNAF 3 mini games, the map, here it is. So I'm trying to figure out how this looks, because for one, these purple pillars here, those don't actually exist. So that's part of it. When you look at this map right here, you have to look at it in a different way. Make the most out of this. No, I don't want to make it free. Shut up. Get out of here. Anyways, yeah, if you look, you got to remove this stuff from here, and this, like, this is your prize counter. You got to remove these pillars. They don't actually exist, which would make it easier for you to see the 3 tables or whatever it is, the whole thing being what it is. So yeah, you got to remove those and make it one big open space, and that kind of helps you see the mini that this is the same place kind of situation. Anyway, yeah, if you get what I mean. Anyways, so yeah. So watching the theory, listening to those theories today really threw that at me and like screwed me a little bit. But then I remembered, no, actually that's more helpful. Go ahead with your questions. What up, Serpent Lord? If you go with the FNAF 6 pizzeria being a refurbished Fredbear's, in your theory, this would fit Henry saying, "Place will not be remembered, and the memory of all this can finally begin to fade away." Did Toy Bonnie use withered Bonnie's face and arm? It's believed that part of the that they refurbished part of them to make the toy animatronics, which would help, which would make a lot of sense, because that would be the only explanation on why they're acting weird too. Those the spirits that inhabit the Bonnie, Freddy, Chica, and Foxy, part of them, like pieces of them being removed and put inside the toys, would probably be what gives give MCI what children. Oh, what's the children death order? So the death order for the MCI is, I don't know that at this point I care about the FNAF lore. That's unfortunate, Alessandro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm trying to explain you're like, I don't know if I care anymore, because god damn, it's so hard. fine, Alessandro. I mean, I'm still gonna talk about it. So missing child's death order, the missing kids, MCI death order is for me, Sammy, Susie, Fritz, Gabriel, Jeremy. Um, that's the order that I go with in this, because those are technically the only missing children incidents. You don't count Cassidy and Charlie because they're not missing. We know, like everyone knows where Cassidy and Charlie are. Why aren't other? They are. They're all broken in different ways. Hold on. Hold on. Withered Chronics. Oh, images. They're all broken in different ways if you look at them. They're just so like Chica's hands are both missing and part of her face. Foxy's missing a lot of his like skin and most of his leg pieces are missing. Freddy's kind of the most together. The explanation is that of all of these animatronics, the only one who's only Bonnie had like one arm and a faceplate that were useful. And I think it's because Bonnie has a unique faceplate versus the others. I think he has a bigger faceplate, so being able to reuse his faceplate was important, I guess. Yeah, Freddy's got the least withered of all of them. But yeah, Bonnie got the face and the arm treatment. Well, I can tell you. Do you want to know the lore reason, or do you want to know the real reason why Bonnie looks more withered than the others? Because there's two different answers. I think it's time doing its thing. But the real so there's two reasons. The lore reason is that they needed his faceplate and his arm. This arm was fully functioning, so they used the entire arm because they were able to salvage it and use it on another one. The real reason is because Bonnie is Scott's favorite, so he put more effort and time into a withered Bonnie, made withered Bonnie more memorable. That's the real life reason. Scott's favorite character is Bonnie. Yeah, Scott had nightmares with Bonnie, and only Bonnie. But that is a legitimate reason on why Bonnie has so much more going on with him, because Scott likes Bonnie the most. So, part of his foot is gone, his arm is gone, faceplate's gone, hand is gone. Oh, part of the hand over here is gone. Foxy, I think, is just hard to steal from anyways. He's barely, like, Foxy's very thin to begin with, so yeah. Freddy just maintains. He just stays pretty healthy, and Chica loses both of her hands and just T-poses everywhere. She's got no hands and a T-pose. Like, there's so many games, so many books, and one movie, and the worst part is that FNAF will continue until the fandom of FNAF will die, that I think will not die because FNAF is so popular. Yeah, exactly. Weren't the nightmares based off Scott's nightmares? No. No. That's a common misconception. Who's better at posing, Withered Chica or BB? I think Withered Chica. Withered Chica's got that T-pose on lock. Chica also dabs, right? But no, I think that's a common misconception. Now there is one. Oh, what is the game? Oh, Tempest. So there is actually a game from the 80s. Tempest 80s arcade. Yeah, images. So there's this game called Tempest. This game right here. It's a very old game. This game, the inventor of this game said that he invented this. The design for the game came from his nightmares, where he would dream about monsters climbing up under his bed for him or whatnot. And so he designed a game that represented that. That's a game that actually is based off of somebody's nightmares. That helps anyone. Oh god, Toilet Bonnie is back. Oh, Toilet Bonnie would be terrifying. I don't want toilet Bonnie. That's okay. Nothing coming up my toilets at me, please. There's a reason I don't live in Australia. But yeah, but this revelation that I had with that actually really helps my theory. Actually, my timeline is easier now because of this. So they get together, and by 83, they've done product testing enough to realize that that Freddy Fazbear and Friends, that Freddy and Bonnie are going to be better. So, and that would make sense on why he killed Sammy and why he was so frustrated with Henry. I think Henry was behind because this is the first Fazbear location. It's supposed to have and Toilet Bonnie and Urinal Foxy are cursed. Okay. No, there's actually an image of Toilet Bonnie. I'm good. I don't need that image. Wait, are the books canon? The books are canon. They're not continuity. There are no Bonnies that come up toilets, but there are Mangles. Serpent Lord, I love it, dude. Hey, make sure you hit that subscribe button too. Anyone and everyone watching, it's my birthday. Hit the subscribe button. I'm using my birthday as an excuse, but I want them subscribes. Trying to get to that 500 number. We're doing really good on all of the metrics right now. You guys have been absolutely killing it. Like, since I started doing the lore all the time, we are averaging like 5 subscribers a day, and not all of them are while I'm actually streaming, which is the most dope part. It's funny, I promise. Okay, we will look up Toilet Bonnie. Toilet Bonnie. Oh, that is amazing. You can't sit though, right? You can't sit. Oh, there's no seat. Where's the seat? How do I close his mouth so I can sit? I can only go number 1, I can't go 2. And now there's the Foxy urinal, which this makes things a little bit difficult. No. So that's the thing, is only one ending can be canon. Only one ending is canon, and for security breach, the consensus is that the Princess Quest ending is the canon ending because it's the only one that doesn't have a comic strip version of it in Ruin. It's kind of sus, Foxy. Yeah, Foxy is kind of wanting you to. Anyways, but yeah. So my timeline works better though with this because that means by 83 they've gotten investors and they've made the FNAF 1 location. And I wonder if this happens. Like, the theory now is that Sammy dies, obviously, but Sammy now dies at the FNAF 1 location. Part of the lore is this would be I don't know. Well, so okay, so go back to the very beginning. And I'll do a quick summary of the very, very beginning of the timeline, which now happens to start in the 70s. So Henry's family owns Fall Fest. Henry grows up hanging out and then working at the Fall Fest with his family, and that's where he develops his love for engineering, design, character creation, and all that stuff. Fall Fest has a lot of the characters already. They have Bonnie, they have a Fredbear. Well, actually, hold on. No, the timeline goes back even farther to that. Fredbear's singing show, still owned by Henry's family way back in the 40s. I think over time, they earn enough money from the Fredbear's singing show to be able to develop it into a full-on carnival. Turns into Fall Fest. Obviously, the real bear, Fredbear, doesn't, live forever, obviously. So eventually, he goes the way of nature, and they end up making costumes of Fredbear, and they kind of expand that out. They add Bonnie, they add a mushroom character, apparently. They make a jester costume, apparently, and all this other stuff. So they make all these costume characters and stuff, and Henry probably has to be one. New sub and like, thank you, I appreciate that, light. Anyways, yes, thank you. It's my birthday, so I appreciate that. Anyways, so Henry grows up there. He develops a love for engineering and designing and like doing all this stuff. But I think eventually he either A, wants to do something on his own, or B, maybe he wants to settle down and stop moving around all the time, because that's obviously what you have to do with a carnival. You can't stay in one location. So he decides to settle down and he makes Fredbear's Family Diner, featuring two of the characters that the community recognizes really well, which is Fredbear and Bonnie, right? So, so he starts up Fredbear's Family Diner using using two of the characters first in suits, and then he uses his engineering skills to build the animatronic suits or animatronics or whatever. Around a couple years into his success, a man from Britain, possibly bringing his whole family. I'm not sure on like when. Yeah, no, he'd have to. Michael and them. Michael's an immigrant. That's cool. So William Afton, Michael, Cassidy, and Elizabeth. Elizabeth may not have been born at when this first started, but William Afton shows up on the scene. He wants to make his money too. He sees opinion on Carney. Carney is probably like Freddy's brother. Name in the Helpy at Aid games. Do you have any thoughts on it? About the voice's name in the Helpy Aid. What do you mean the voice's name? Anyways, yeah, Carney was probably like Freddy's brother or something at the carnival. But anyways, so William shows up on the scene. He wants to make his, American dreams happen too. So he sees Fredbear's and he sees that this is a market that only has like one competitor. He could definitely get in there and make money too. Help wanted, what makes you so special? Line, any lore. Oh, that, yeah. That's probably Michael's an immigrant. Cool. That's going in the quote book. Do it. Wait, quick question. Is Help Wanted canon? Yeah, Help Wanted is continuity. So here's how I understand it. Here's how I understand it when it comes to this stuff. If it is a video game, like until Into the Pit comes out and we get some clarity on that one, but so far all the way up to Help 1 and 2, all the video games, as far as we know, are considered a single continuity. They could be two continuities, but no one has specifically like come out and said that we need to separate the two. And a lot of things carry over from the first 7 games into the newer games that make us believe that it's still a single continuity, such as Burn Trap existing, the Tangle existing, a lot of the stuff that you see on Star Road in Security Breach, like all that stuff alludes to the games all being one continuity. And for those who don't know, and I explain this almost every stream because new people come in and stuff. I know, I saw that, man. After missing 2 streams. You're good, Peyton. I appreciate the comments, dude. I commented back, I think, every time. Unless it was a comment where I was like, there's no need for me to really respond. Do you ever get a date for Security Breach? I'm pretty sure it's 2035 is what we figured out. Meme of the day, me when watching the stream. Me again when I hear that Freddy has a brother. Real shit. No, I think Carney is was like Fredbear's brother at the carnival. Like they had Fredbear and then they had Carney. Oh, hold up, is that Freddy Fazbear? Yeah, right. No. That's his brother, Carnbear. No. Well, that's the thing, is that at the carnival, he wasn't Freddy Fazbear. He was just Fredbear. So it would be Carney and Fredbear. And I think what it is Fredbear's singing show featured just one bear. But I wonder when they adapted him from being a real bear to being a bear costume as they were creating characters, maybe they were like, well, we could always have a second bear that could be like Fredbear's brother and then call him Carney, I guess, or whatnot. Like, obviously some thought process went into it, but Carney was like a black bear. So you had Fredbear, who's more of a grizzly bear, and then you have Carney, who's like a black bear. So, you have multiple types of bears going on, which is pretty cool. That's pretty dope. Because back at that time, like, dancing bears was like a form of real entertainment. So they captured on that, and they kept capturing on that by making more bears, essentially. And then adding in characters like Bonnie, a Mushroom, a Jester, a bunch of other stuff. If Jerry had a good family, we probably would have got entirely different game. If Gregory had a good family, we wouldn't have any games because, in my belief, Gregory is a robot for Cassidy. It makes a lot of sense. Makes a whole lot of sense. Gregory is a robot that was created by Glitch Trap as a secondary servant. I think Glitch Trap, while possessing Vanessa, had Vanessa build Vanny and Gregory to watch over Vanessa, basically. I think Gregory. So what I think happened, when I see it, singing show, Fredbear singing show. Black accessories, Freddy Fazbear is brown with black accessories, Fredbear is yellow with purple accessories. No. So the Fredbear singing show was a real bear. Yeah, the Fredbear singing show was just a real ass bear. He didn't have. He might have wore a top hat, but his defining difference, like his defining feature that made him different from the other Freddys, is that he was an actual fucking bear. Fanny being Afton's daughter theory. Oh, I 100% believe that. I think Gregory. You right now, you activate my angry part. No, Gregory is definitely a fucking robot, though. Like, it explains a lot. Like, it makes a lot of sense for Gregory to be a robot, to be fair. Like, it really does, especially when you go into GGY and you look at Patient 46 and stuff like that. Like, everything describes Gregory as being that kind of character, but then later on he shifts into the character we are in now. And the reason that I believe this is I believe Vanny, that Vanny is Elizabeth, not Vanessa, Vanny. Vanny is Elizabeth, Glamrock Freddy is Michael, and Gregory is Cassidy, aka Crying Child. The reason I believe this is because Glamrock Freddy even has like a voice line where he went down to the Glamrock Freddy voice lines about FNAF 6 location. He has hold on, because I did that part. Is it okay? Don't change. Okay, Glamrock Freddy audio AAA. Hold on. Where are we at? Okay, so those are some missing lines that I wish they had. But no. So I can't find it at the moment. But he says something. He says something along the lines of Vanny had him come down to the FNAF 6 location in the past to move a bunch of rubble and stuff out of the way, because obviously he's a giant fucking 7-foot tall animatronic. He can move boulders. Literally, he can move mountains. So what I think is that him, Vanny, and Gregory, before he became the current Gregory, but back when he was evil robot Gregory, that it doesn't make sense. Also, if he's a robot, then why the fuck does he not fight the others? What do you mean? What? Hold on. Where? Why did it not show up over on this? It showed up over here. So the three of them all go down to the FNAF 6 location, and all those spirits are just running around down there free. They have nothing to attach to because everything's basically been melted away. If Fredbear's singing show existed and Fredbear was the main mascot, yeah, he did. It existed at this time during the production of Fredbear. Oh, Fredbear singing shows from the 40s, dude. That's why. Oh, no. So that's the thing. Fredbear singing show. Yeah. So the Fredbear singing show. Look at this thing. This is literally very indicative of like the 40s. It has here. I'll show you. If you look at that, and then you look at Mickey Mouse 40s. So yeah, so if you look at like this right here, I mean this one's colored, but look at the art style here. Specifically looking at the what is called the pie eyes. And then you have this. He has the same thing going on. He has, if we can zoom in enough. Okay, hold on. Here we go. Yeah, if we get in there, see he has the pie eyes here. And if you look at it, Fredbear's Sing and Show. Music, food, beverage, entertainment. Tickets sold inside, 50 cents general admission. Enjoy perfect entertainment for the family with fresh, unadulterated food and beverage while being surrogated by our local singing bear, Freddy. You know the game That's Not My Neighbor? Yeah, I know the game, yes. Yeah. So yeah, so there you go. So there's that. Oh yeah. There's a character named William Afton in that. Yeah, Dr. W. Afton in that game. Yeah, I saw that theory. I've seen that game theory. What up, CrossCorp? Yeah, hold on. Here we go. Where are we at? Could FNAF ever have anime? I know that is animated videos on YouTube. I'm talking FNAF anime. You know what I mean, right? I mean, hey, they had the samurai shorts from Ultimate Custom Night. Uh, yeah. I know what this is. I have been here before. She brought me here. I found myself for the first time when I cleared the path. I did not want to, but I had no choice. Now I have a choice. I have. Yeah. There's the line. Nothing. Thank you. I appreciate that. Change. My friends are here. They are so angry, confused, but I can protect you. Yes. So that's what I'm talking about. That line right there. He goes down into the FNAF 6 location. And when he goes down there, she's down there, Gregory is down there. I think Elizabeth, Michael, and Cassidy, all three possess them. They possess their counterparts. I think Vanny is clearly supposed to be Elizabeth, and Gregory was clearly supposed to be Cassidy. Glamrock Freddy was kind of the odd man out, so Michael was just like, I need a body, you're a body, kind of situation. But he also saw Freddy as being like the protector character, the big brother character, the muscle. So he was like, "You fit my dynamic." Boom. Yeah, right. Why didn't FNAF finish at FNAF 6? Fuck's sake. Um. I mean, technically, you answer your own question because everybody loves the FNAF series. There's no reason for him to stop. Hey, Springtrap, what's going on, man? Hey, what's going on? Springtrap, Cross Corp, my popularity 1%. Nice. What's going on? Just us trying to do the timeline. When you're on Reddit, you see people debunking most of MatPat and FNAFs, especially Sire Squawk series. You see people attempting to debunk them, but here's the thing: is there's no true debunking of any theories because there's so much evidence and non-evidence for everything. And MatPat, I think, explains it in the best way: is that there is no, until Scott himself personally comes out and says, "Hey, this is the timeline. Your shift night is done." Thank you, Springtrap. I appreciate that. I'll be going home now. But anyways, my like with that theory is that doesn't match with how we see other characters possess animatronics. What do you mean? We never see any animatronics being possessed. Takes place in Afton's house. Yes. Yeah. The Ultimate Custom Night. Yeah, that is a hard theory. That is it, I mean, so here's the thing. Literally any theory on the timeline is impossible to prove. It's all about whether or not you accept enough evidence to believe it or not believe it. And that's the thing. It's like everyone is allowed their opinion on this. I mean, obviously there are some theories that are just plain wrong. Like someone, like if you were to say the theory, my theory is that Michael's actually the murderer. Okay, no, that theory would be wrong. It would be very difficult to prove that theory, especially since Scott himself is clearly shown to have said, like there's parts of theories that are obviously that are correct. Like there's parts of theories that we know 100% because of the fact that Scott himself has shown them to be true. That hence the William Afton is the murderer. He murders all 7 children, right? get here from Pyro Cynical. I don't know. I'm a cool dude. People like watching me, I guess. So there you go. You clicked on me. You clicked on my thing. That's why. Listen, I'm the murderer. What? Yeah, yeah. Springtrap is the murderer. He kills people. That's what he does. I'm trying to read all the chat, but you guys are coming in hot and heavy at the moment. I absolutely love it. You guys keep going. I will try and keep up if I can. Does this imply that William Afton was a doctor in his 20s? I mean, William could have been a doctor in his 20s. Who knows? He comes over to the States at some point in time, but we don't know how old he was at any turn. You can turn to glitch trap. Go do it. When you're ready, you see people. Oh yeah. You can see people debunking anything because technically everything in FNAF lore has pros and cons when it comes to exactly, Cross. So you can say, "Oh, I've debunked your theory," but it's like, did you really? The only way you can debunk my theory is by giving a cold hard fact that completely completely rules out something that I did. But that's very difficult to do. When does FNAF 3 take place? That is hard to decide. It depends on what you take the 30 years after 30 years after Five Nights 30 years after Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria closes down. You have to decide when what shutdown do you count? Do you count the final shutdown? Because if you count the final shutdown, then it'd be 2022 ish. Hold on. Sorry, it took me a while to verify this. Actual job title or not? Sorry. In the Helby Aid mini games or on the subtitles is referred to as Carnival Nurse. Oh, that yeah. The TV, the woman on the TV, going out of the live. So see you later or next live or whatever. Also English or I'm gay apparently. Yes. My only issue with that, okay, have a good one. With that theory is that it doesn't match with how we see other characters possess animatronics. So, Serpent, how do we see other animatronics get possessed? What I mean is Charlie doesn't possess the puppet until he collapses on her. William suffered the stuffed the children in the animatronics suits, and Elizabeth gets shoved in baby. Yes, but that's the first time they ever. That's the first time they ever possess something. You would think after 30, 40, 50 plus years of possessing something, they might be a little bit better at it. I'm just saying, like, I mean, it might be a learned skill. Who knows? I don't know what to say about that. Wait, so when does FNAF 3 take place? Yeah, so around 2022 or 20. Some people think 2015, which would be weird. Bear reminds me of Ferdinand von Bernard. Maybe. I'm not sure. Wait, I mean, Charlie doesn't. Yeah. Random unrelated question. What should I name my dinosaur? I love your theory, by the way. Thank you, Puffy. What kind of dinosaur is it? And that'll tell me what to name it. Okay, you win. Yes, I won. Golden Freddy is here. Ooh, I love Golden Freddy. He's cool. No, I think Glitch, Burn Trap are part of Mimic's branches, but you fool, I'm a non-Tales games believer. So so here's my thing. So this is my thing. Is the very first story of the Tales of the Pixel of the Pizzaplex proves that it is not a straight one-for-one continuity on its own. That very first story that comes out proves that it's not a one-for-one continuity. It's a canon story series, just like the other ones. Some of the stories will be direct continuity or continuity adjacent, but it is not every single story is a direct continuity to the video games. Plain and simple. I think the only things that you can 100% say is continuity with the video games are the video games. Because the very first story in the Pizzaplex series features the heart locket from one of the Fazbear Frights tales that is definitely not game continuity. If FNAF, the lore would be fucked up. Oh yeah, if Pokemon lore would be... Well, Pokemon lore is already super fucked up. Anyways, the first episode of the FNAF anime, I think the kids from the Rockstar FNAF could be in the anime, but the FNAF won't be Rockstar. The kids will see one guard dead in a... Hey, nice, cool. Doesn't FNAF 3 take place in 2023 because of the Henry 223 tape from Pizzeria Simulator? Why would that, Serpent, I need extra information. Why would those two correlate? Because we don't know if Pizzeria Simulator takes place the same year as FNAF 3 or if it takes place years later. No, I have a theory. What if Burn Trap is a physical version of Glitch Trap? Is that what backs up that theory, MCI? Where My question to that would be, when did Glitch Trap make his way into Burn Trap? Because Burn Trap has just been burnt since FNAF 6, and Glitch Trap doesn't come into the world till later on during the VR game testing. So when did Burn Trap get out of? Because as far as we know from Security Breach, Burn Trap never leaves the FNAF 6 location. He's been down there the whole time in a stasis pod or whatever, trying to heal up. FNAF 3 does take place in 2023. Where's your super proof to that, Peyton? Like, do we have any direct links? Is there anything that says directly 2023 thing? I think we got there because of the 30 year. Yeah, exactly. I think it's just we see 30 years after the closing of FNAF of Freddy Fazbear's Fazbear Frights opens up. But which closing? Because some people consider different events being the closings or whatnot. So it's the long-necked one, Brachiosaurus. Oh, Brachiosaurus. So definitely a BR name. Is it a male or female? Michael, what are you doing in my right hand? Man, waiting for 1987 plus comments about the Locket implying Stitch Line games because of the whole set in the world in newest games quote for Tales. So yeah, it's set in the world of the newest games, but it's not saying that it's the continuity. I think that line more implies that these stories are taking place in the time period of the new games. So that way when you read them, you're reading them as if the year is 2035. So okay, so it's a male Brachiosaurus. What about Brady? Brady the Brachiosaurus. Brady the Bracky. Brady the Bracky. There you go. My answer is like when he takes control of Glam Rock. What do you, oh wait, hold on. My evidence is like when he takes control of Glam. I have a theory. Burn Trap is a physical version of Glitch Trap. Well, so that's hard, MC, because in the books and in other stories and stuff, it said that he is able to control the other animatronics anyways. Like he has some natural way of being able to do it with the suit or something like that. So it could be maybe he's like connected. I guess he could have connected up with Glitch Trap once Glitch Trap discovered him, because obviously Glitch Trap discovered him when Vanny, Gregory, and Glamrock Freddy came down to the FNAF 6 location, and they all three got possessed. He could have, Glitch Trap could have discovered Burn Trap down there, and like they got hooked up, connected, or whatnot. But I don't think he's a physical manifestation of Glitch Trap unless he like uploaded himself into the body once he found it and put himself in there. I guess that could work, actually. That might work, yeah. What are you doing in there? Go back. It's a male. There we go. Well, what I should have said was there's a unused Faz fact from Special Delivery that said 1993 was a dangerous year to be a night guard, and that could be when FNAF 1 takes place. So we definitely believe that 1993 is that line right there is why people agree that Matt Pat's original 1993 year is the correct year for FNAF 1, and we've just been rolling with it as a theory community for like 8 years. I think 1992 technically would make more sense because in FNAF 2 you get paid on a Thursday, and lines up with the date. 1992 lines up with Thursday being the day you get paid also, but it could be 93 and they just changed what day you get paid on. Or Scott just wasn't paying attention to what day of the week it would be. The quote is kind of weak evidence. What man waiting for it set in the world in a newest. Yeah, exactly. I think what that quote means, the books being set in the world of the newest games, is I think it's more of like the world, like the like it's not continuity, it's that your mindset needs to be in the mindset of a Pizzaplex existing, not in the mindset of them taking place the same time as the first 7 FNAF games. Because you do have to do that, because both Silver Eyes and Fazbear Frights, those both take place during the eras of the first 7 games, whereas the Pizzaplex books, they take place in the era of the Pizzaplex existing. So I think that's what the quote really means, is that you need to think of these games as being these books as taking place in 2035. What I should have said, yeah, the quote, yeah, the thing that confuses me about the lore of Fredbear and Friends is because the fans of FNAF would think that the characters would go as Fredbear, Spring Bonnie, Endoskeleton, Spring Foxy. That's interesting. That's what? I don't know. Thanks for the name. Really appreciate it. No problem, man. I think Brady the Bracky sounds awesome. Wait, Nightmare is lefty? No, Nightmare is not lefty. Nightmare is not lefty. That is wrong. And I think Tails is more of teaching us the rules of possession, Mimic, Pizzaplex lore, and Nightmare, weed rooms. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, is it the Pizzaplex stories, or is it the Fazbear Frights where they have the, or is it in the actual, which book series are they talking? Do they have like the grandmother who's talking about how possession and ghosts wandering looking for their bodies and stuff work? Because I think that's the thing. And again, this series has evolved how things work over time. So yeah, maybe the very first possession has to be a like skin to skin contact essentially. But once their bodies have fully decomposed, I think possession works easier for them. I think it's easier for them to figure that out. SAF is DSAF is canon. What's DSAF? Springtrap. What? Wait, Nightmare. Yeah, Nightmare's definitely not lefty. Just in case, let Glamrock Chica sing. Never let Glamrock Chica sing. She can shred the guitar, but that's about it. I keep forgetting about the emails. The emails are crazy. Alone Together. Sorry, man. Hold on. Peyton Link. DSAF become canon. Alone Together. What's Alone Together? Oh, it's a fan game. Oh, then it's definitely not canon. Fan games are never canon, guys. If it's not Scott Cawthon's, if Scott Cawthon's name is not directly attached to it, it is not it's not even canon. It's not canon, it's not continuity. It is, you can use them to maybe give you ideas of what to look for in the actual books and the actual stories and stuff. But to be honest, you can't use fan stuff at all to make up theories, because that would be a bad idea. Grandma, you were talking about. Story you were talking about. Oh, the story. I can't remember which one it is. There's a story. It's either in Fazbear Frights or in the Silver Eyes. But there is an actual story where like someone's grandmother goes on like a long hold on. FNAF books. Grandma talks about spirits. I can figure this out. Travis's grandma believes that it may be a sign that a ghost was haunting him, having been haunted herself before. Tales of the Pizzaplex. Okay, so it's a Pizzaplex book. It's book 7, story 2. Yeah. Oh, B7-2. So book number 8. Okay, so that's what it is. Got it. Okay. Yeah. The nurse explains that he was asked the days go by. Billy continues to recover more and more, except to hear some. Yeah. So yeah, his grandmother goes on like this long Alone Together. But the Alone Together story. Okay, so this is it. This is where it comes from. Okay. Yeah. His grandma in her apartment tells her about the dream he had. Travis's grandma believes that it may be a sign of a ghost was haunting him. Having been haunted herself before, she tells Travis how ghosts tend to linger. Thank you, ads, for fucking this up. Ghost buddy. Believe his dad is done. Yeah. So she talks about, and they go in real depth about it in that story. So that could be, and they talk about how possession works now. Or Alone Together. Yeah, they wander until they find their bodies or whatnot. And so if Gregory and Vanny are both created to be the replacements for Cassidy and Elizabeth, then it would almost be like their spirits are wandering, and then they see the robot versions of who they're supposed to be, and they take them over. Boom. That's why Vanny becomes even more evil. Maybe, or just as evil, because Elizabeth and Vanny are kind of interchangeable anyways. But that would explain why Gregory was GGY and changed to being Gregory, because when Cassidy's spirit takes over Gregory, possesses him, it like fucking short circuits him, because he's used to possessing less of a like conscious entity. So it reboots him essentially, and that would be why we see the sticky note room where we have like a robot coming into full consciousness again, or coming into full consciousness, spirit wise. But I think something happens where he like comes into consciousness, but like as he gains more and more consciousness, the Gregory aspect takes over memory wise or something, and causes him to not fully remember who he used to be, or he's playing dumb so that way because he knows that him being Cassidy would be like a reason why they're trying to catch him more or something. I don't know. It's either he's playing dumb. What character should I draw? You should draw Cassidy and Gregory side by side. Live we eternally, all is well in the Afton family. There you go. Withered Bunny. Pop goes as canon because Kane Carter said so. Who is Kane Carter? Eleanor looked like Circus Baby but skinny. Yes, Eleanor is, yeah, that's why Eleanor is canon but not continuity to the games. And since Eleanor is the one who gave the heart pendant to like Susan or whatever it was, and like she turned into like scrap metal and fell apart. And then in the very first story of the Tales of the Pizzaplex, a very similar thing happens with the same pendant, which is like on itself is the smoking gun to prove to people that the Tales of the Pizzaplex is not full continuity with the games. They are once again a canon series, but not a full-on continuity. What happens to the scraps? I think people just throw them away. It's just junk metal at this time. They just toss it. Do we know what happened to the toys after FNAF 2? Yeah, they're scrapped. They're destroyed. They use what bits they can that aren't connected directly to the database to refurbish the withered animatronics and then set them back up at the FNAF 1 location. Burn and Fazbear Frights and Mangle's head somehow ends up in the tangle. Wait, Plush Trap. What about Plush Trap? Plush Trap is either not real or Plush Trap is another version of the Lonely Freddy's, specifically used to torment Michael after the events, in between the events of FNAF 4 and FNAF 2. DSAF is canon. I don't know what DS means. Day Shift at Freddy's, which is a fan game? Okay, so no, it's a fan game. So so DSAF or Day Shift at Freddy's is not canon, or it's not canon or continuity. Alone Together, that works. It's funny how the FNAF wiki accepts Tails as part of the game's continuity, but they don't consider Stitch Wraith Stingers as part of the game's continuity. Stitch Wraith is definitely not continuity because Stitch Wraith is kind of like the stand-in for Golden Freddy in that universe. And I do not accept the Tales of the Pizzaplex as being full-on continuity. I can accept them as canon, obviously, because it makes sense. But again, that very first story really leads you to not think that they're full continuity, because that heart pendant and Eleanor do not exist in the games. The baby is not running around turning more human, or Scrap Baby in FNAF 6 wouldn't look the way she does. Like, poor insanity, all is hell in the After family. What if the sticky note room could be a third victim to serve as a Charlie stand-in? I think Charlie is in the system itself. What happened to this? I suppose the new FNAF VIP interactive novel will imply Devin has a connection to Gregory and Vanny because of that missing resident incident from the Security Beach alley ending. Maybe. In Help Wanted 2, Funtime Chica is an enemy in the private room, and the Springlock suit look like her. Maybe. What happened to the rock stars? I think the rock stars burnt down with the FNAF 6 location. I think everything burnt down. But also, I think, or they just got sold off. Is the baby spring trap that came out of that Matt guy's stomach and used the ball pit to travel back to 1983 to torment Michael? Okay. That's definitely not game continuity, but cool. Serpent Lord, now it's all coming together. Yeah, I was like, what? Isn't shown burning in the FNAF 6 cutscene. I'm pretty sure. Hold on. FNAF. There he is. FNAF 6. Oh, wait, actually, I'm not going to do it. here. I want to FNAF 6 Lefty burning. Yeah. Oh, that's a render or an edit. Okay. That's is that a okay? That's DeviantArt. That's DeviantArt. That's yeah. No, I guess you're right. There's no official artwork of him burning. Oh yeah, there is. It's right here. It's just the puppet coming out. Or is this a fan render too, or is this the 4 pictures? Oh, if they showed Lefty burning. Okay, so no, it's not real either. Guys, quit making fucking fan art, okay? I mean, don't, but still, what the hell? So no, they don't show Lefty burning, so maybe Lefty didn't burn. So yeah, that's famous. So maybe he didn't burn. So yeah, maybe the puppet survived. There's no image of Lefty burning. I can 100% confirm this. I have never beat the game. I cannot play the games. Which sucks being a theorist for the like. I mean, I'm new to the theorist thing, obviously. Like making theories on video or on camera or in stream or whatnot. I'm very new to that. So, and I can't play the games. I think Lefty did burn, in my opinion. I think he did too. But that's the problem now. See, so now Scott's left that open ended. Rule 34 of anything exists. That's everybody knows that. That's why you have to be careful what you actually image search. That's why I don't image search just Chica. Anyways, but yeah, no, that is another Scott thing right there. He leaves that open ended. We don't know if the puppet makes it out of there or not. Maybe the puppet makes it out alive. Maybe in the end, Henry couldn't bear actually burning his daughter. Like, it's one thing to commit to capturing and dragging her there. It's a different story to commit to burning her. And what if Lefty... Here's a theory for you. What if Lefty wasn't designed just to get Charlie? Put Rule 34 Island in. That's funny. What if Lefty wasn't designed just to get Charlie? That's true. It does look burned. But what if the intention of Lefty wasn't to burn Charlie? What if Lefty's intention was to become possessed by Charlie and Sammy? Oh no, I 100% would believe that Scott would put a Rule 34 Island into a video, into one of his troll games. So what if Lefty was actually created to become a new vessel for Charlie and Sammy, to reunite them finally after all this time? Reunite the twins into one animatronic. Because as we've learned that multiple spirits can possess the same animatronic. What if he designed one to do that? I don't know how much I even care about that theory. I'm just saying it could be a thing. Henry could have been like, let me design something that will hold hold both my children at one time and keep them safe, while he himself goes off into the never after, into the going out in a blaze of glory, if you will. I feel like Scott left FNAF 6 ending like an ending for the series, or at least make it a cliffhanger just for UCN to happen. Yeah, pretty much. You should not search FNAF Rule 34 unless you really want to. Rule 34 means porn. means porn version. Rule 34 is specifically porn. If it exists, there's porn of it. And if there's porn of it, it's because Rule 34. Because people have decided to make porn of it. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, never look up Rule 34 stuff. I mean, unless you're into that. You know, that's all I'm saying. I am. Oh. Okay. Checking all my stuff. Porn of a horror game is wild. Hey, literally, they make porn of everything. Anyways, that's beside the point. Let's go back to what I was going to talk about today. What happened today while I was listening to old FNAF theories, and that kind of helped clean up my timeline a little bit, which was really awesome in a way. So this location, and just for everybody who doesn't know yet, from what I realized today, or what I learned today from listening to some old FNAF theories and then looking up the actual information, and it checks out. This is the FNAF 1 location. This is a Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. This is not Fredbear's Family Diner like I originally thought it was. I was wrong in that aspect, and this is actually Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Right? But yeah, kind of threw off my theory, but helps me actually in a big way, because that means now mimic creation. When does mimic creation take place? Honestly, it seems like they're trying to hint that the mimic was invented all the way back in Fall Fat. And I don't know how the fuck that happens. And I'm very weirded out, because that would mean that they created a artificial intelligence that's capable of learning from behavior observations all the way back in the fucking 70s. Yeah. I think the mimic is the daycare attendant. Yes, if the FNAF, why do they look so different? So here's my theory. Okay, so here's my theory on the Wizards. All right, so here's my theory on the Wizards. What happened was all right. They open up. Henry and William combine their companies. They decide that they're going to, one, recreate Freddy and Bonnie as a brown bear and a blue rabbit. They're going to bring in Chica from Chica's Party World, so William has one of his standing characters in the joint. And then they're also going to create a new character, Foxy, right? They have a TV show that's going on that shows all four of these characters already drawn. They have masks being sold and all that. But when they open up the first Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, they don't have those suits ready yet, those animatronics ready yet. So they're using the two gold suits for right now. They're just using the two. Hold on, where am I at? Yeah, over here. They're using the gold suits at first. So this is like the first few weeks of this place being open, right? Because they open up this new restaurant where William and Henry are supposed to be collaborating and owning it together as a unit. William gets mad that maybe he thinks like Henry's dragging his feet on getting the new animatronics up and running, right? So if Edwin, a character from Tales, is not in the game's continuity, then who's Mimic's creator? Probably. Well, that's the thing, is I think Edwin does exist. I think Edwin is a character all to himself. I want to bet money that Edwin is the father of one of the dead children, of one of Afton's victims. What I think, but I think he's one of the deaths from the 87, from 1987. Yeah, Games Edwin. Games that this is my thought process on this. What if William, one, he just likes killing kids, but two, what if he uses killing kids to give himself advantages in the world also? So he hires Edwin to make the so Edwin's been working on the mimics. What if he hired Edwin to make the toy animatronics, right? Right? See, that's the problem, is I don't think so. Because one, Cassie, so here's the one theory that I throw out is Bonnie Bro being Help Wanted 2 main character. Right? I throw that theory out. That theory is impossible. Because Bonnie Bro is like 14, 15 right now in 1983. So by 2035, he's 64 to 66 years old. He's in his mid 60s. Ain't no fucking way, bruh. Because that would also mean that he was like 52 when he had Cassie. Not happening. That is not passing my bullshit meter, right? Like, I don't believe it. It's like the Evan theory, like giving crying child's name being Evan. I was watching someone's theory today. Like, I listened to some theories today, and there was like this person who had like a 5-hour theory that I was gonna listen to. It was like 15 minutes in, and they were like crying child, or as I'm going to refer to as Evan. I'm like, I'm clicking out. I'm sorry, I can't do it. I just can't trust people who will believe the Evan theory. I can't do it because the Evan theory is so full of holes. It's impossible for me to like trust your judgment on theory crafting if you follow that logic and think, yeah, that makes sense. Like I think it's bad. I think it's bad theory crafting to the ultimate degree. Scott should have regretted making Toy Chica. I don't think he regrets making Toy Chica at all. I think he feels bad that people, where if he's Jeremy's dad, I'm gonna throw hands. He might be. I mean, who knows? But no. I don't think he regrets making Toy Chica. I think he just feels sad about people who do things on the internet with his characters. I think is all it is. I think he just goes, "Why do you guys do this?" I mean, yeah, there's literal Rule 34 of her, but he didn't make that happen. No. Crying Child's name is Cassidy. I 100% believe in the Cassidy thing. Like I get that there's, but he didn't do it. By your logic, Peyton, by your logic, every single person who's ever made a female character for any series should feel bad about making that character. Should regret making that character because there's Rule 34 of any of them. Like that's the problem, is that you can't go by that logic because it doesn't work. That means Disney should regret making every Disney princess. That means that Dan Povenmire should regret making Candace for Phineas and Ferb. A theory you don't believe in? Cassidy victim? No, Cassidy is crying child. Not being Cassie's dad when people don't complain. Henry is like around 80, 90 years old in Pizza Simulator. Well, hold on. He would be 30s in the 80s. So he'd be 50. Yeah, he'd be pretty damn old. Yeah, yes, this is true, Cross. And that's the thing too, like, right? Like, but there's a difference between Henry being in his 80s in Pizza Simulator where he doesn't do anything himself, and it would explain why he doesn't do it himself. If he's in his 80s, he doesn't have the physical capability of running a pizzeria anymore, so he had to convince somebody else to run the pizzeria for him and do all the things that needed to be done. So his eye sockets are smaller, so you don't see the glow of the eyes from inside the mask. That's why his eye sockets are smaller, so you just see the shadow. You don't believe in Cassidy being crying child. I do. Like, it makes a lot of sense. The theory behind it actually holds water, in my opinion. Like, makes a lot of sense. All the clues in the workbook are from altered text, not from faded text. The crossword puzzle reads like a conversation. You know, what is your name, or what do you see? It's me, Cassidy. Who are you? What is your name? You know, it's like an actual conversation. If I was like, if you're like, oh, nice to meet you, you know, nice to meet you or whatnot. Who are you? And I'd be like, my name's Nathan. Who are you? What's your name? Like, see, it would read as a conversation. Also, Cassidy is a British male name. And since all the Aftons are British, it would make sense that Cassidy would be another name, would be a British name. Plus, also, I think the only other person that could have the name Cassidy would be Vengeful Spirit. And in my canon, my head canon, this is Vengeful Spirit, also known as Sammy, Charlie's twin brother, Cassidy's and Henry's son. Like, that's why it by rule of elimination. By rule of elimination, this Cassidy has to be Crying Child's name because of that. When did William become British? Game 5. The opening scene of Sister Location. Or the opening dialogue of Sister Location. Check this out. Here we go. We can pull it up right now. William Afton. Voice lines. FNAF. Yeah.
There's no doubting what you've achieved on a technical level. These are clearly state-of-the-art.
She can dance. She can sing. She's equipped with a built-in helium tank for inflating balloons right at her fingertips. She can take song requests. She can even dispense ice cream.
With all due respect, those aren't the design choices we were curious about, Mr. Afton.
He's British. Cassidy, if Bite Victim is Cassidy, then 5th MCI victim is a tomboy. 2 Cassidys. What do you mean the fifth MCI victim is a tomboy? Sammy is one. You should not. Yeah. My theory. William's British right is fire. Right? No. So 5th victim is right here. Sammy. In my head. This is my headcanon. Obviously, Cross. You don't have to believe what I believe. But in my headcanon, the very first kill of William Afton's is Sammy, Henry's son, in the back room, and he is the first of the MCIs. Susie is the first of the experimental, like, purposeful serial killer kills, where he uses the gold suit. So the very first kill is not Tomboy, it's just a straight up dude named Sammy, who is the identical twin brother of Charlie. So because they're identical twins, he'd probably have more of a girlish. Cassidy MCI Goldie kid is said a girl? Where? But never given a gender. Yeah, in the games. So that's what I mean. In games, and that was the thing, is that, and we've looked it up in what up, Alex? In the voice actors like hiring thing, it's purposely said that the name of the voice of the Vengeful Spirit is supposed to be neutral. Should be a gender neutral sounding voice, so you can't really tell. Which, to be fair, most kids around 6 to 10 have a fairly gender neutral voice. You don't have very many 10-year-olds talking like this. So most kids have a gender neutral voice anyways. But it would also make sense, like, the girl thing came from the 4th closet, and that's different. Like, in the logbook, I don't think the logbook says anything about the Vengeful Spirit having to be a girl. But the fourth closet's way. I mean, the Silver Eye trilogy is so far off from the actual game continuity that it's like a nitpick kind of thing. And the reason I say Sammy for this is because Scott was putting together the at least the general story of Silver Eyes the same time that he was creating the fourth game. So it makes sense. The logbook girl. Is there a logbook girl? I don't know. I don't remember that part. I don't remember there being gender specifics in the logbook. But I mean, he also changed Charlie from being a boy to being a girl. Also, so there's that. To be fair, and the books aren't directly. Yeah, exactly. Imagine Vengeful Spirit is trans. At like 6, that would be weird. I don't think there's many 6-year-olds out there that are gender fluid. I don't think they're old enough to really know that at that point in time. But I mean, who knows? You never know. I'm not Scott. I will say with Scott being like devotedly Christian, I kind of don't feel like that's part of the storyline. Believes can't debunk. Okay, I got you. Are you referring to the picture of the child receiving cake? I think. Are you cross? Well, that again, that's the thing is like a lot of pictures of kids. I mean, I think Scott purposely gives girls long hair to help define the genders, but again, you never know. No. I think Jill says they're referring to the picture of the child receiving cake. I think in the mini games. Which the kid getting cake in the FNAF. Well, that's the thing. You never see the Vengeful Spirit except for in Ultimate Custom Night. Unless I'm mistaken, I don't think you ever see the Vengeful Spirit kid until Ultimate Custom Night. Like, you never see. Like, this is the only other time I think you see them. The girl receiving cake representing Cassidy. That's what people are pointing out. What? Hold on. Which one are you talking about? Which minigame is this? Hold on. FNAF minigame girl use cake. Oh, Cassidy receiver FNAF Theory. Hold on, where? Happiest Day minigame, maybe? Oh, it's a fandom thing. Okay. Oh, the logbook. Okay, hold on. FNAF logbook. Okay. FNAF logbook. Okay, so in the logbook, girl receives cake. That'll pop up. Oh, you mean this? Well, that's just a logbook. Why Pigtail Girl from the logbook is literally Cassidy. This one is an actual discovery of mine. In the word search page of the logbook, it's me is exactly repeated 31 times. The importance of 31, you ask? Page 31 is the happiest page day. Okay, so that's a stretch. That's a stretch. That's a stretch. Yeah, that's I'm not doing that. That is so dumb. I'm sorry. I not to be the dick, but that is so dumb. Because he made the word search this big, filled in all the regular words, and then just filled in all the empty space with "it's me." The fact that "it's me" lines up to being 31 times is purely a coincidence of the size of the puzzle, and doesn't have anything to do with Scott being like, "Go to page 31." Yeah, exactly. Like that's not a hey, check out what I've like that's on like the same level as the Evan thing. Like, no, I think this page is just representing that that's one of the things that the puppet did. It brought gifts and cake to children. Also, there isn't a single child. Cassie is a brunette, not black hair. It doesn't have black hair. She has brunette hair. She has brown hair. or Charlie. Charlie would be a brunette. Cassidy would be no Cassidy. If Cassidy is vengeful spirit, so that's the thing. So if Cassidy is a girl and is vengeful spirit is brown/blonde. That's the thing. Is like a brown blonde. Is like a brown blonde. So here's the thing about so vengeful spirit FNAF images. So this right here, this could just be overexposure of brown hair. Like because all of this is like overexposure too. Like it's overly exposed. So I know it looks blonde, but it could just be brown. Let's also look at this haircut. This is a boy haircut right here. What I would really like is a render of Charlie's face. A render of Charlie's face. Yeah. I don't mind unsolving. Yeah, I think Cassidy is the name of Bite Child, and I think, but this is, so the problem with it is that I'm the only person that I know of, like, of theorizers. Like, I've never seen anyone else who makes theory videos who ever, well, whoever does anything with this character, but with a passing glance. It's just like, maybe that's a kid. Like, that's what most people usually do when they're theorizing. They're like, that's a kid. Blonde kid from FNAF movie. Yeah, is Vengeful Spirit. Yeah, this is Vengeful Spirit in the FNAF movie. Is a kid. Is a boy. So, I mean, there you go. There's something for you. But also Henry doesn't exist. Like, Henry doesn't exist at all in the movies right now. So who knows? But yeah, but like, the Golden Freddy child in the movie looks so identical to Vengeful Spirit. Goddamn, I think that's the point. But I still think that this is actually brown hair. It's just like, this is all overexposure. Like, you think his skin really looks red and white and yellow, or does his hair look like a pale color and this is just overexposure? Same with this. His hair is actually like brown, but it's being overexposed because that's how the picture looks. So he looks blonde. But yeah, that's the thing though. Like, what makes this so difficult is that I'm the only person that ever even works towards this character's existence, like, at all. Like, I think most theorizers at this point want to pretend like this picture never happened, right? And I think that this is Sammy. This is Sammy, William's first victim, the one he should not have killed. Williams always had like a psychotic thought in his head, but he knows that Andrew Fright's Vengeful Spirit doesn't possess Golden Freddy for an excuse for Stitch Line games. They believe Goldie is part of Molten Freddy. This is OG Molten MCI. Yeah, see, that's I get why people want to believe that, but the Stitch Wraith doesn't exist in the games. Like, that's the thing. I think the closest amalgamation of the Stitch Wraith in the games would be the Tangle. I think they took the idea of Stitch Wraith and they developed it into the Tangle. This image happens because that spring Bonnie head probably becomes Scrap Trap. Wait, the Golden Freddy child in the movie looks so identical to Vengeful Spirit. Goddamn, yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. And what I like, there's one theory that I like. There is a theory that puts Vengeful Spirit, puts Sammy and Cassidy at the FNAF 6 location, and that is, if you look at Scrap Trap, good old Scrap Trap right here. People believe that this is actually Golden Freddy's muzzle and jaw, right? And then Golden Freddy's feet. That he had to go. He was so damaged that he went and scavenged whatever he could from Golden Freddy after FNAF 3, and all he could really get is the feet and the muzzle, and maybe some cybernetic parts or whatever to kind of like rebuild himself some. But that's why he has like the big muzzle, like the big Freddy muzzle kind of situation. Is that this is supposed to represent that he took some of Golden Freddy's pieces and put them on himself to like fill in some of the gaps that he needed. He needed a mouth. He needed feet. Are the spring locks still active in Afton's suit? They are definitely open and attached to him. Look like classic Freddy. UCN Fredbear. Well, yeah, of course it would look like a classic Freddy. Depends on Jimmy Neutron having Cody's parts, but it's a great theory. Well, it would, yeah, because he has such a big ass head. It would explain how Vengeful Spirit even gets there. Like, that's the thing, is like, Vengeful Spirit's not in Molten Freddy because there's never a story about Afton taking apart Golden Freddy, or Golden Freddy even being around when he takes apart the other one, right? So him taking, so there's nothing about, because he wouldn't, because when he takes apart the other 4 animatronics, which is, so the Wizards become withered, and FNAF 2 location happens. They took parts from the Withered to build the toy animatronics. Once they scrapped the toy animatronics, they used some of the scraps. Who did the Bite of 87? Mangle. Mangle was probably more than likely the Bite of 87. And it would be why they scrapped the toy animatronics, because it was a toy animatronic that did the attacking, not the original animatronics. So they scrapped the toys, used what they can from them to rebuild the Wizards, hence why they still have the buttons. In like the early 90s, Afton comes back under an alias. He tears apart all the Wizards to steal their endoskeletons. They, Fazbear Entertainment doesn't have the money to put new Endo 2s into them. That's why in FNAF 1, they're using Endo 1 skeletons again, because they take what Afton left behind and rebuild the animatronics again as cheaply as possible. That's why they use Endo 1s, not Endo 2s. Leave Golden Freddy attaches himself to Afton once he gets spring locked and stays with him from then on. Yeah, maybe, but if that's the case, then why is he showing up in FNAF 1? Because if things are the way, so by my headcanon, before FNAF 1 happens, Afton has torn apart the four Wizards after they've been rebuilt. What's the difference from Endo 2 and Endo 1? The one, how big they are. Hold on, I'll show you. Endo 2 and 1. So here you go. So there's your difference between. So this is an Endo 2. Look at how much bulkier it is and how much more it's got going on, servos and stuff like that. And then an Endo 1, which is much more much simpler, has less control to it. So Endo 2s are what the Wizards are made of, or what the Wizards are made of in FNAF 2. The Endo 1s are what the animatronics are made of in FNAF 1. So at some point between FNAF 2 and FNAF 1, they lost their Endo 2 endoskeletons and was replaced with Endo 1 skeletons. So I think what happens is in the before FNAF 1 happens, Afton shows up, he tears apart the 4 of them, takes their endoskeletons, just like in the books, melts them all down, injects them into the Fun Times, needs more material, so he goes back, right? He goes back the next day, or goes back, like he takes what he can, needs more, so he goes back for more. And when he goes back for more, that's when he's confronted by all the spirits. Right? The Endo 2s only fit the Wizards, but the Wizards are the same were supposed to be the same animatronics as the FNAF 1 characters. But so he takes their Endo 2 skeletons, rips them apart, he pulls out everything that he can, damages them in the process, assuming, obviously, and takes it, and then when he shows back up to get more materials, that's when the spirits confront him. And wait, hold on. Oh shit, I just realized something. Okay, this is the FNAF 1 location. Right? We established that earlier with the FNAF 3 phone calls. This is actually the FNAF 1 location. Right? And we know in FNAF 5 that this location is directly connected to the sister location building, bunker. So he wasn't even leaving. He wasn't even leaving. He wasn't going outside. He just popped up from the fucking bunker, ripped them apart, took it down into his place, came back up for some more, and was confronted by the spirits there. He wasn't even that fucking far away when we were in sister location or when we were in FNAF 1. He was literally within like 100 meters of you the entire fucking time. Bro, that's a fucking mindfuck. Holy shit. Dead Blitz, what's going on? So we established earlier, because I was listening to some old game theory videos on this stuff, and in FNAF 3, the voice lines from Phone Dude. Oh, David, he really does. But so in the FNAF 3 phone guy conversations, it basically spells out that this location in FNAF 4 is the FNAF 1 Freddy Pizzeria, right? So, but then in FNAF 5, do people who don't believe in Stitch Line Tales games for their theories? Right, fuck that shit. That's bullshit. Anyways, so in FNAF 5, we learn that this pizzeria and this house are both connected to the underground bunker. We also learn in FNAF 3 that in the FNAF 1 location is where William takes apart the animatronics and steals their endos, and then is later confronted by the... Oh, thanks, I guess. Yeah. And then in FNAF 1 location, after... hold on. Now I'm all over the place. FNAF 1 location, murders happen there. Shuts down for a little bit. FNAF 2 location happens. He does more murders there. FNAF 1 location, they are reopening with the withered animatronics being rebuilt. He goes up, steals... Today is your birthday? Absolutely. Yep, I just turned 33 at midnight. So like a few hours ago. I've been 33 for 2.5 hours. Just about. Thank you. Hit that subscribe button if you guys haven't yet. It is my birthday. Happy birthday to me. I need more subscribers, I guess. I don't know. I'm not super determined to do it, but yeah. So here's a theory for you guys, and I don't know how big or how mind-blowing of a theory this is for anybody, but hold on, let's do this. FNAF 5 map. So here we go. So we look at the map here. So this is the map right here. Let me see if I can make it bigger. Yeah, I can make it bigger. Boom, here we go. So FNAF location. So here's the house. Here's the walkway. Here's the FNAF 1 building. Name not at all videos about hidden messages and security breach. Maybe later. I think Freddy started using Springlock in 1984. Fredbear's is just separate from Freddy's, and it's that they reused the Springlock shortly after they discontinued. What? So it says that the FNAF 1 location... so it says in the FNAF 3 tapes, it says, "Welcome to your new job as a entertainer / mascot at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Right now, we currently only have 2 animatronics that we have 2 suits that it's something like that. It's like we have 2 suits that work as both animatronic and as a mascot outfit." Springlock suits, blah, 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 is all they have. So, boom, Fazbear, this is Freddy Fazbear's 1. They have 2 suits, that's it, that they use. They have 2 kinds of suits, but they have multiples of them here. So, they're connected directly to the bunker. No, it's not Fredbear's, that's the thing. No, you're right, that's what I'm saying, is Fredbear's Family Diner is not... Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. They're 2 separate things. They're personally disconnected from each other. I originally thought that FNAF 4, the bite of 1983, took place at Fredbear's Family Diner, because of the fact that Fredbear's Family Diner in the books only features the 2 Springlock suits. It doesn't feature any of the other characters. And in FNAF 4, the place that we see him going to only featured the 2 gold characters and nothing more. But it's actually Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. I think what it was is that they opened Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, like had it planned to be opened at a specific time, and Henry was supposed to have built the new animatronics for it, but hadn't got it done yet. And so when they opened it, they had to revert to using just the Freddy suit, just the 2 suits that they have. You're saying the Fredbears from the sister location experiences FNAF 1 location. This right here connected to the bunker is Freddy Fazbear's Pizza 1. Yes, it's not Fredbear's. I gotta go. I'll come back tomorrow. All right, MCI, have a good night, man. We are currently on. Timestamp is currently, I don't even know at this point. Oh wait, timestamp is 1 hour and 45 minutes. So if you check out the VOD tomorrow, that's where you want to start on your timestamp. Anyways, yeah. So the thought process I'm going with right now is that this is my mom's birthday today. So, well, congrats to you, B&E. Tell her that I said happy birthday. You're saying the Fredbears, yeah. So Willie cloned Fredbears. He might have cloned it. No, I think they just. Well, so Fredbear's Family Diner was owned by Henry, whereas Freddy Fazbear's Pizza is owned by Henry and William together, and it apparently is connected to sister location. So I think I know where in the FNAF 1 in FNAF 1 location where the connection actually is. I appreciate that you let people know the timestamp before they leave. I try to, so that way they can come in and they can just watch what they missed. I'm under the belief that this location is the FNAF 6 pizzeria. Yes, it's the FNAF 6 pizzeria because Henry wanted to make it. He wanted to use the location where the kids were murdered, so that way they would have an easier time making their way back. They would be drawn to it. There's activity going on in the location where they were murdered again, and they want to come back to it and try to like protect the other kids or whatnot. Which is under the Pizzaplex, and there just so happens to be a scooping room under the FNAF 6 pizza. Exactly. So, but let me show you FNAF 1 map. So on the FNAF 1 map, this is a render, but it is literally basically what it would look like. So on the FNAF 1 map, right here is that room, which explains why this hallway just randomly goes here, like goes all the way to here. The secret room is right here. I bet in the secret room is where the secret tunnel is. The secret room, or back here. Oh no, the parts room back here. So this is the parts room back here. I bet there's a secret tunnel either in the secret room or in the parts room that leads to. Oh wait, it's open right here. That leads right here. That this tunnel right here, this vent system or whatever it is, whatever this tunneling system is. Yeah. Oh look, these people even. Yeah. Never mind. That's exactly what we would think. Yeah, it's that tunnel is. Connects right here, right? So I think William didn't have to sneak in. He had access the whole time because he has access from his own house. Because we know that in William's office, we know for a fact that in William's office, he has a secret tunnel. He has an elevator to here. Like, I don't know how this actually lines up fully or whatnot, but he has an elevator that leads him into the underground bunker. So he can go from his house to the bunker, and from the bunker to FNAF 1 location, and that explains. And I bet you I bet the entrance to the bunker in the FNAF 1 location is in the secret room, and that's how Afton got in there. Because it makes no sense any other way, right? Like, if he entered that building normally, those animatronics would have been on him immediately. But no, in the mini games, he's just in the secret room, popping out, taking apart the animatronic, collecting its endoskeleton, and then popping back in, taking it down into his room, melting it down wherever he melts it down at, and injects it into the animatronics. I bet you I would almost bet that he does it like one at a time or whatnot. Like that he does one at a time, and then he gets through the 4 and he comes back up, maybe for Golden Freddy, or for some other reason he comes back and he keeps coming back, right? And eventually he comes back, and that's when Cassidy shows up as the 5th spirit and is like, "Hold up, motherfucker, you're not doing this anymore," and scares the shit out of him to the point where he jumps into the Bonnie suit, the golden Bonnie suit, spring Bonnie suit, to try and scare Cassidy, and instead gets himself spring locked. That's what I'm thinking. That's my new theory. With all this coming out, like in my head right today, with me re-listening to that and realizing that the FNAF 1 location is where FNAF 4 takes place, and we know that in the FNAF 5 bunker, I opened it a second time. In the FNAF in Sister Location, we learn that Sister Location is connected. We see it right here in this map. Sister Location, Circus Gallery, shares at least an air vent. Right? Shares an air vent with the FNAF 1 location. Right? There's a connection to it. If you're going to have a secret entrance to a secret bunker in your pizzeria, where are you going to put it? You're going to put it in the secret room. You have a secret room with a secret tunnel to a secret bunker. It sounds fucking crazy. It is fucking crazy, but it honestly makes a lot of sense. And it would explain how Afton was able to get in there and tear apart those animatronics without them catching him first. Like, that's the thing. Is like, he had to have gone into that room without them seeing him. He would have had to disassemble them at a different area. And also, why would he disassemble them close to that room? That room is like, if you look at the FNAF 1, like, look at this. The front doors are down here, right? Or it's right here. This is your front door into Freddy's. I'm guessing. I don't see a front door anywhere else. I'm assuming this is the front door, and like this is the hall to get into there or whatnot. So if this is your front door, right? Why would he want to disassemble them all the way up here by that room? That's the farthest way. He disassembles all 4 of them, and then he's gonna lug all of those endoskeletons out the front door. He knows they're possessed. Why would he not disassemble them the closest to where he's going to take them? So he disassembles them right outside the secret room and then drags the endos, just the endos. That's the thing. He disassembles them, but if you look, also, FNAF 3 minigame, FNAF 3 minigames. If you look in the FNAF 3 minigames, when he disassembles them, can I see the disassemble? Yeah. If you see this, look, let's get this bigger if we can. Where's the picture at? Hold on. Stupid advertisements, go away. Just waiting for all the pictures to load in. You get the pic? Oh, here we go. Okay. Okay, yeah. So if you look at these pictures, hold on, let me get bigger. Can I get it bigger? That might work. Here we go. Oh, okay. Bath. Thank you. I wanted the bathroom. That's okay. Here we go. If you look, it doesn't look like any electronics or endoskeleton got left. It looks like all the shells around the endoskeleton got left behind. He left the suit and just took the endo, which is what he does in the books. He takes the endoskeletons out of the animatronics and melts them all down to extract the remnant and then inject the remnant into the fun times. That's what he does here. And why would he do it back here by the secret room, but away from any way to get it out of the building quickly. These are endoskeletons. They're all fucking metal. These things got to be like 100+ pounds that he's moving, unless he puts them there because that room is the quickest way into the bunker where he's taking them. Right? Burn them, end up in the tangle. Yeah. So, well, they end up. So the remnant ends up getting injected into Funtime Foxy and Funtime Freddy, but not Baby. And I don't know about Ballora or not. But he uses the remnant, and I think he uses the remnant to create all the like the babbies and the mini arenas and stuff. Gotta go now. All right, Beanie. Your timestamp is 1 hour and 55 minutes. I should be ending fairly soon, anyways. Yeah, I gotta end in the next like 10 minutes, anyways. Darn. But we will be back obviously tomorrow to 4:34. You guys are awesome with the subs. I love your faces. Darn. Okay. Yeah, love your faces. You guys are awesome. 434. If you guys haven't hit that sub button, make sure you guys do. But bye, man. Yeah, I'll be on for like another 10 minutes maybe. And then I'll have to get off too. I got stuff to do with the rest of my birthday, but I will be back tomorrow night, guys, at like 11 or 11:30. Like we'll be on like probably an hour earlier than we normally get on because it is my days off, and I'm on vacation right now. So the days that I do stream will probably be earlier time. It will be earlier times in the day, so you guys will be able to get. We'll be able to get a few extra hours of theorizing in this coming week because of that. But yeah, so this, oh, that blows my mind. That makes so much sense. I wonder what that does for the overall story, guys. What does that change? What does that change for? I mean, one thing that means is that nobody else knew about this tunnel but William. That's one thing that it changes. Yeah. Nobody but William knew about that tunnel. Yeah, it changes the understanding of how he was able to get the remnant to the fun times. That's what it does. What it really does. Because a lot of people were thinking, a lot of people, like, that's one of the hardest parts of this whole theorizing part, right? Is that Afton, if the story from the books is telling us what really happens with Afton and stuff, then that's the only thing that makes sense, because in the mini games, it feels like it couldn't have been. I mean, it has to be a single night endeavor that all this happens, right? It has to be, because there's no way that he tore apart Freddy. A day goes by, he tears apart Bonnie. A day goes by, he tears apart Chica. A day goes by, he tears apart Freddy. A day goes by, or whatever order it goes in. Whatever order. I think it actually. Oh no, he went Bonnie. Then hold on. Out of here. I don't want these. Actually, I don't want them. I don't want them. Oh, okay. He does Freddy first, then Bonnie, then Chica, then Foxy. Yeah. So he doesn't. Yeah. It can't be like he tears apart one, day goes by, tears apart another one, days goes by. He had to do it all in one night. But how does he do it all in one night? Extract all the metal, come back again, and then he gets jump scared by the ghosts. And it also makes sense that they caught him in that room. What is going on? Oh man, there's so many pictures associated with this. It makes sense that they catch him in that room. Yeah, in this room. I bet there's a secret tunnel out of here, like somewhere. I think somewhere around here there's a secret tunnel. That's why his suit's right there too, because it's right where he can get it if he needs to. Kind of funny, because 5 years ago, a theorist that Fredbear's was the FNAF 2 location Stop believing it because it made no sense, but this theory actually makes sense. Thank you. I appreciate that. Always made it seem like only the animatronics weren't allowed in there. However, if you use this new logic, then it's likely that no one else knew where the animatronics were at. No. Okay, so the animatronics are in the hallway outside of the room, right? The animatronics are outside of the room. That's why he's able to, but that's why he's able to break them down, or because he catches them off guard. He comes out of the room that they don't know about, so they're not looking that direction. They're looking everywhere but that room because they're literally, their robotics are trained to not see that room. So they're looking everywhere but that room for him. He pops out when they're not looking at him, catches them off guard, tears them apart. Right? So, and I appreciate that, Serpent. Yeah, no, I try to make my theories make sense. I'm not like I want to just throw out random bullshit with no backing to it and then be like, right, guys? Why don't you believe me? Like, I want there to be something real to it. And I think, I mean, this fits. This explains why he was able to gather their remnants, still get it to the sister location, and do his experiment stuff, but then also get jump scared by the ghost. I think the reason that this scene right here happens is because he fucked up. No, because he only needed the endos. I think he thought, I don't know what he was thinking, to be honest. He didn't leave the animatronics. He left the suits. He just left the casings. Right? He just left the casings. He took the animatronic parts with him. He took the endoskeletons, the Endo 2s with him. And he probably damaged the suits too when he was taking them. But he just needed the endos. He needed to be able to melt them down. So he needed them out of the suits. He probably did plan on cleaning up the suits before anyone found them. But I think he fucked up by taking the endos and melting them down. I don't know if the remnant works the way he thinks it did. I think when he broke up the animatronics, when he broke up the endos and melted them down, I think that actually released the spirits. In the game logic. I think the game logic is actually different than the book logic, where the book logic is like remnant exists inside of the metal and he can move the remnant around. I think in the game logic, it's not like that, because, I mean, this kind of holds water for that right here. These spirits, he melts down their animatronics so they are released from them because they're no longer what they were inhabiting. So now they're free. They're not attached to the endos. So therefore, they're no longer under the condition of the programming of the endos. They can now see the room, and they can now enter the room, corner him. Right? And I think that because they were never attached to an endo, they were attached to a suit, that Cassidy's always been able to see this room. And this room is where Golden Freddy usually is at when it's not trying to tell Michael that he's who he is. So I think then Cassidy shows up as himself and scares William to the point that William puts on the Spring Bonnie suit because he knows that Cassidy is afraid of the animatronics, or at least he thinks he's still afraid of the animatronics. So he gets into the suit, and the suit spring locks him. So, and then these four spirits right here, when they refurbish the animatronics again, and refurb Bonnie, Chica, Freddy, and stuff, they possess the new endos inside of the new ones. They repossess them. They repo the Endo ones because the Endo 2s are gone. So they repo the Endo ones to get their ability to move around the world back, basically. To get their existence back. Because if you look at the FNAF 2 and the FNAF 1 animatronics, so FNAF 2 Withered. images. If you look at them, you look at Freddy, he's got buttons. You look at Bonnie, he's got buttons. You look at this mini game, the pictures in the mini games. Yeah, right here. You look at this one right here. I don't know how well you can see that, but Freddy's got buttons and Bonnie's got buttons, right? If you look at FNAF 1 animatronics, no buttons, no buttons. So I think when they get repoed, when they get rebuilt, they rebuilt them without the buttons. They had probably like an older suit or older material or something, or they redid the material. They repaired the material, but they couldn't reattach the buttons or something. And now they have Endo 1 skeletons inside of them. Have with this theory is, couldn't Afton just escape through the secret entrance that leads to the underground bunker after he gets spring locked and sealed? No, he's been spring locked. He can't move yet. I think he literally thinks that someone's gonna come and get him. I think he what's the word for it? I think it takes him a long time to die and then possess this. Failure happened before FNAF 1. Yeah, the FNAF 3 minigame. Yeah, and Springlock failure happened before. Or what if it's the way he gets down to the what if the way he gets down to the sister location is by crawling through a vent? I think once he first got springlocked, he isn't capable of doing that. Like getting through. I think he's stuck in there. Or there's like something he has to. I think he's physically incapable of doing it. So he's just stuck in there, like stuck in his suit, basically not fully possessing it yet. Something must happen or something that allows him to finally possess it. But if my theory about other things is correct, it would make sense, because the death alignment is Sammy, Susie, Fritz, Jeremy and Gabriel together. Then Cassidy succumbs to his coma and succumbs to his bite injury and dies from his coma. And then Charlie is murdered by William last. And the reason that the puppet mini game Give Gifts, Give Life happens is because they were originally just spirits stuck in their suits. And the reason I think this is because if you listen to, I'll give some backstory before I give this part. I'll start doing a game theorist style of doing this. If you listen to Scott Cawthon's interview, his one of his only interviews that he's ever done, and it's an interview that he did with Daco, he explains that his background, majority of the time, he usually does sci-fi. That doing this like spirit, down to earth, haunted kind of thing isn't really his wheelhouse, and he has to like really focus on making things not sci-fi and stuff like that, more so than he does when he makes sci-fi. That's why Sister Location felt so much naturaler to him when he was designing it, because he's usually into doing the sci-fi stuff more than anything else. So anyways, so I think when Charlie dies, Sammy gets kidnapped is what Henry thinks. So Henry designs the security puppet, right? He's going to be doing another. I know. I can't wait. We're going to listen to the whole thing on stream. All right. We're going to listen to the whole thing on stream when it comes out that night. The night that it comes out, that night, I will be listening to the whole thing on stream, and we'll talk about a bunch of it and stuff. Anyways, I think Sammy gets kidnapped, Henry, and then Cassidy gets bit. But he thinks that someone got kidnapped, right? So he designs the puppet as a security measure. It's supposed to, everyone has to wear bracelets, and the bracelets, like, I feel like the bracelets probably like connect the kids to their guardians, and like the puppet's whole job is to stop kids from leaving without them being with their animatronics. The scenes in FNAF 2 are when the puppet put the souls of the kids in the, I think the souls of the kids were already in the animatronics. I think they didn't know how to possess the animatronics yet. What I'm getting at is um, Charlie was already wearing a bracelet that was connecting her to the puppet when she died. So when she died and the puppet came to her, that connection between her and the bracelet to the puppet allowed her like spirit to understand how to, well, not understand, but gave her like a more direct connection to the puppet than the other spirits had to their animatronics. And like through that, she figured out how to possess it. And then through her learning how to possess an animatronic, she then discovers the other spirits because I don't know, spirit to spirit communications is dope or whatnot. But she sees the other she teaches them. Yeah, it's confirmed to be the player's nightmares or something. The FNAF 2 cutscenes? No, I think the FNAF 4. Wait, no. Cutscenes confirmed to be the player's nightmares or something. I have no idea. That one's very vague there. But I think the give gifts, give life thing is like, I think the subscribe to the channel. What? Something actually popped in this time? That's dope. Hey, Serpent Lord, thank you for the sub, dude. I do appreciate it. You're like, oh, hold on. You along with Matt Pataku and should have an online meetup and live stream discussing FNAF theories. I would love to be invited to one of those. I obviously do not warrant an invite at the moment, but I would love one. That would be dope. But I don't have the what do the kids call it nowadays? Because in not even in my generation, but the generation after me would have been the clout. I don't have the clout to be invited to something like that. I think right now, but no, but yeah, I think the fact that she was wearing a bracelet and the bracelet connects her to the puppet in a way that the other children weren't connected to their animatronics, it allows her to understand or like learn how to possess the puppet and some, I don't know, some hand wavy bullshit, but she learns how to possess the puppet. And then as the puppet's programming is still part of it, and the part of the puppet's programming is to give sad kids gifts to make them happy. So when she possesses the puppet, she has that like spirit to spirit connection thing going on. So her first instinct is to try and give them presents to make them happy, but they're still sad because they're not able to really move or do anything. They're still just trapped in where they're at. So then after she gives them gifts, she then gives them the knowledge on how to possess their animatronics, which is essentially her giving them life kind of situation. It's like a teach a man to fish kind of situation. Like, I could give you something to make you happy, or I could teach you how to do something for yourself. And that's my headcanon for it, is that Charlie does die last, but because it looks like she's the first one because she teaches them, that's like going through everything. That was the only thing that I could find that would be a good explanation for that event being a thing, is that they didn't know how to possess their animatronics yet, and she does, and the reason that she does, I was looking for what's the difference between her death and their deaths. And the only two things that I could find is, one, she dies outside and is never actually stuffed into an animatronic. But the thing that I do see that's different is that she literally had a piece of hardware that already connected her to her animatronic, and that may have been the bridge that allowed her to learn how to do it, so that way she could then teach the others. Pop it back in 2015. It was through her jump scare and thought she was literally just a head poking out of a box. Dude, I mean, that's what a lot of people thought for a while, was that she was just going to be like some kind of jack-in-the-box thing. Do you think that Yendo is now canon to the FNAF story thanks to Help 102? I think Yendo is canon anyways. What I believe Yendo, I think, is pure agony. Possessing Yendo. Yendo is the endo that was inside. Here, I can show you where I can show you Yendo. I can show you Yendo. Yendo's right here. Yendo's these eyes and this mouth and this body. This is Yendo. Yendo is the endo that was inside of Golden Freddy when Golden Freddy took a bite out of Cassidy. So I think Yendo is the endoskeleton that has the agony from Cassidy infused in it. So it's running off pure agony. So it's pure. It's like instinct. It's not possessed by a spirit that has thought to it. It just has the agony portion of it. So it's like an animal running on instinct. Because I think he got bit, and so clearly they're gonna do everything they can. They make the excuse of pulling out Yendo and yanking him out and just throwing him somewhere in storage, being like, "Yo, this happened. Endo, friendo, that pretendo to spendo, your mendo." Yeah, I think he's the Endo from Golden Freddy that bit Cassie. Yendo because he has brown eyes, not yellow eyes, and also that's not Cassidy. That's Cassidy. This is Cassidy. This is Cassidy. In my headcanon, that's Cassidy. That's Cassidy. Because the only other person that could be Cassidy would be this character right here. And in my headcanon, this character is Sammy, Charlie's twin brother, Henry's son, and the first kill of Williams, which is a wound first inflicted on Henry, would be the reason why Henry would create the puppet in the first place, and would also be the one that William should not have killed because it unlocked that that serial killer vibe in like serial vibe thing, like child the son of no. This kid is right here. This kid is Crying Child, also known as Cassidy. This kid in the suit is Sammy, the son of Henry, and the twin brother of Charlie, also known as Vengeful Spirit. This is Vengeful Spirit. This is Cassidy. This is the reason why Golden Freddy can have two spirits in him at one time, because when Sammy's killed, he's shoved in only the suit and possesses only the body, whereas when Cassidy gets bit, he puts his agony in the head of Golden Freddy. Then when he dies, he fully possesses the head of Golden Freddy. The reason that they can't see, either one of them can't see, is because Golden Freddy doesn't have an endoskeleton in him for them to be able to possess and to be able to use its optical perception to actually see. That's why all the other ones can see, because they still have the optical ability of their animatronic while they're in it. They can see through the eyes of the animatronic, whereas Golden Freddy doesn't have eyes for them to see through. Official model of Cassidy doesn't mean that the Crying Child is Cassidy. No, Alessandro, that's not why I believe that this is Cassidy. I believe that this is Cassidy because the clues in the logbook that gives you Cassidy's name are all through altered text, not through faded text, which should indicate that those clues are be given to you by altered. The crossword that we find his name in, is all altered text also. And it's a conversation. It's me, Cassidy. Who are you? What is your name? You know, a proper conversation that you would say to somebody after they ask you your name. If I go, "What's your name?" You go, "Alessandro." What's your name? You know, who are you? What is your name? You know, that's the conversation back. What do you see? It's me, Cassidy. Who are you? What is your name? What we're doing is we're trying to take words and associate them to a different person, even though those words don't line up with all the other ways that that person communicates, because we want to give the vengeful spirit a name, Cassidy, instead of giving the name Cassidy to its rightful owner. And part of the reason is because a lot of people want to believe that the vengeful spirit is a girl, even though the voice of the vengeful spirit is supposed to purposely be gender neutral, right? So we want to make the vengeful spirit a girl, and then we hear the name Cassidy, which as Americans, we associate that name with a female name. But we have to remember that the Aftons are from the UK, where Cassidy is a gender neutral and sometimes majority male name. So Cassidy Afton can be a boy's name because of where they originate from, which is the UK. Also, I gotta go soon. Yeah, I definitely gotta go soon. It's 2:57. But I am gonna pop it off for now, guys. If you don't, I mean, like Alessandro, that's just my headcanon with it. That's my logic behind it. If you have a different logic to it, that's fine. Like there is no right or wrong answer in all technicality. There is no right or wrong answer because the only person that can give us the right or wrong answer is Scott, and he refuses to. So if he's not going to tell me I'm wrong, then I'm going to believe I'm right. But he also isn't telling you that you're wrong, so you can believe that you're right. It doesn't really matter. The endo that appears in the background of FNAF 1 and the endo that appears in front of the music box in FNAF 2 is mimic, but I don't think it is either. That Hex is going to do a collab with Poppy Playtime. Wait, they already do it. I don't know what that means. I don't pay attention to Poppy's Playtime. I might in the future when FNAF gets old for me and I wanna start theorizing on other things. But as of right now, I'm just focused on FNAF, so I don't know anything about Poppy's Playtime. To know what that is or if that has anything to do with what I was talking about or not. Okay, I don't know if that was supposed to be like a gotcha moment or if you were just like giving me information or something, because I'm not sure. I'm not following that logic there. But here's the thing: if we don't have an official model of Cassidy, that also means that it also doesn't mean that Cassidy can't be Crying Child. Like any logic that you use for saying that it's not Cassidy is the same logic I can use for saying why it is Cassidy. You know, no one's confirmed that his name's Cassidy, so that means his name can be Cassidy. Also, no one's confirmed his name's Cassidy, therefore his name could not be Cassidy. But they've also haven't confirmed. Well, I'm going now. Phone's about to go flat. Same, Serpent Lord. I'm going to be heading out like right now too. I just wanted to throw that out there. No one's said that the Vengeful Spirit's name is Cassidy directly, so it could not be Cassidy. Also, it could be my opinion, which is Sammy. So, but anyways, love your faces, guys. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. It's been an awesome birthday so far, and I'm only like 3 hours in. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Well, tonight in like 20-ish hours or so. So have a good day, get some rest, guys, and be ready for tonight because we're gonna do more of probably this because I'm having like fucking moment. So peace, suckers. Thank you. Bye. Have a good